Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a special segment of the Thank You Bro podcast. I just saw the college football playoff rankings and had to stop what I was doing. Had to stop my homework. I know, something very hard for me to do. But I just wanted to comment on it because I think the committee did an awful job, like I expected, and I felt that I should have a quick rant. But first, let me introduce you our new top four, with that being Georgia, which didn't change, Michigan 2, Washington 3, Florida State 4, Oregon 5, Ohio State 6, Texas 7, Alabama 8. Those are your 8 best teams in the country, according to the College Football Playoff Committee. I don't disagree with that. I think those are the 8 best teams in the country, which is why an 8-team playoff is going to be so much better next season. This is something we need, because this is now setting up for one of the Pac-12s to lose and the other Pac-12 to take the 3 seed, and Florida State losing and Ohio State getting in over Texas, and Ohio State did not play in the Big Ten championship. This is an absolute joke. There is no reason Texas should not be ranked 5 right now, or even 4 over Florida State. Like I said in the podcast, if you listen to it, I have no problem with leaving leaving undefeated teams out. I don't think Washington or Florida State are deserving over teams like Oregon, Texas, or Alabama, personally speaking. Oregon lost to Washington, but Oregon did play better going down the stretch. Washington has proven they can't play close games as of late. They can't play against bad teams as of late. They're scraping by every single week. Like I said, I think it's a joke. Obviously, 1 and 2 are unanimous. I agree with 1 and 2. Oregon's 3, in my opinion. Texas is 4, Washington 5, Florida State 6, Ohio State, Alabama 7, and Ohio State 8. Personally speaking, I don't think you should reward Ohio State for losing your championship game. Pretty much. I mean, they're not playing in the actual one. Ohio State should definitely be 8. And I just, personally speaking, it's just going to be another really, really bad college football semifinals, and maybe even college football national championship, depending on like what happened last year with TCU and Georgia. That was an awful game. TCU had no right to be in there. The committee screwed up last year. I'll pull it up right now. So we go into bowl season. We go into championship season. TCU's 12-0. That's fine. We could live with that one. Yeah, TCU did scrape by, kind of like Washington's doing, but there wasn't 1 or 2 better teams than them. Last year was very uncompetitive outside of the top 2, and then TCU loses the Big 12 championship and don't move. They don't move. Ohio State didn't even play in their championship game and got in. So in 2022, we saw TCU go into championship week undefeated and lose to Kansas State, and their record was not affected at all. They remained 3 even after the loss, giving Ohio State pretty much a free entry into the championship, or into the playoff, without even having to do anything. And let's be honest, I think Ohio State probably did deserve to be in there, but I don't think Alabama played in a harder conference last year. I know LSU was in the championship game, but LSU got hammered in the rankings. And so I don't think I personally think that we're going on the same track as 2022 and even 2021 if you think about it. Although we had a little better competition there. It was rather fun to see Cincinnati in there, I'm not going to lie. I enjoyed that. But 2023 is ended up the same way. It's not going to be fun. Georgia's going to wallop either Florida State if they win, or they're going to wallop Ohio State because Ohio State's going to get in. I think a Texas versus Georgia semifinal round is a much better watch than a Georgia, or even an Alabama, really. Is a much better watch than a Georgia Oregon, Georgia Florida State, Georgia Ohio State. Odds are Oregon's going to end up Oregon's going to end up 3 anyways. so that won't be an issue. Michigan and Oregon, I think that would be a good game, personally speaking. Um, and then for the national championship, it's going to be Georgia. What it's going to be is going to be Georgia versus Michigan and Oregon, Michigan or Oregon. But it should probably be Georgia or Texas versus Michigan and Oregon. I think that's the best. But I just have a feeling if well, one of the Pac-12s obviously lose, but if Florida State loses, Ohio State's going to get over Texas, and that's my biggest concern with the whole thing. Obviously, this doesn't matter if Texas doesn't win. And then the committee has a lot of problems. Obviously, if Alabama ends up beating Georgia, Florida State loses, and Oregon and Oregon loses, the committee is going to have a lot of issues. Be prepared to see Ohio State at 3 in that case. So we'll see. It'll be an exciting conference championship week. I have no faith in the committee to make the right choice though, coming out of next week. But we'll see. And that's all I got. That's a quick, I guess, 6.5 minute rant for y'all. I kind of already said it on the podcast earlier this morning. If you checked it out, if you have not, link in the bio. Go ahead and check that out. We're starting to grow again. We had a few weeks off, but we're getting back. And yeah, go follow us on our socials at Thank You Bro on pretty much everything. X, Instagram. I don't think we have anything else. So those 2 things. YouTube, of course. So with that being said, enjoy the week of sports ahead and stay tuned to us and other sports outlets for the latest on really a developing topic. So with that being said, we will see y'all in the next episode or segment, whenever it is. I'll take care.